The world has changed because of what Trump has done. And the American people, including independents and some Republicans, know how bad he is, know how much he's misrepresented, know how he's getting close to getting us in a war. I said, as the walls close in on this man, I'm worried he's going to get us to war in Iran. Unfortunately, I may have been right. The fact of the matter is there's a lot at stake in this election.
He should be immediately reaching out to our European partners and others and send private signals of deterrence and de-escalation to Iran and find a way to avoid the onrush of war. And the best way to do that, of course, would be for President Trump to rejoin the Iran deal and build on it. If Iran moves back in compliance with the obligations and reestablishes international consensus about how to confront these threats in Iran, we'll be much, much better off. The only way out of this crisis is through diplomacy. Clear-eyed, hard-nosed diplomacy grounded in a strategy.
Well, let's get to breaking news just coming in. According to the Associated Press, the U.S. has started a wave of airstrikes targeting militants in Iraq and Syria. It is in retaliation for the deadly drone attack that killed 3 American soldiers on Sunday.
Those soldiers' remains were returned today in a dignified transfer.
The president's national security spokesperson, John Kirby, saying tonight the strikes were successful, but that a damage assessment will be done when the sun rises in the region. And this is just the beginning. The president saying the response will continue. Here is what we know. 3 of the locations hit are in Iraq, 4 are in Syria, and there were dozens of individual targets within each site. The strike lasted over 30 minutes, involving multiple aircraft. Those planes are now out of harm's way.
Pentagon officials say 2 B-1 bombers were among the military aircraft used to strike more than 85 targets in Iraq and Syria. The targets included command and control centers, weapons depots, and drone storage facilities, all of them linked to Iran's Revolutionary Guard and affiliated militia groups. The strikes were approved by the president. U.S. officials blamed the attack on the Islamic Resistance in Iraq, an umbrella group of Iran-backed militias.
I don't think the adversaries are of a one-and-done mindset. And so they have a lot of capability. I have a lot more.
Iran's president warned today, we will not start a war, but if a cruel force wants to bully us, the Islamic Republic of Iran will give a strong response. A short time ago, U.S. officials said that today's strikes were in the works for days, but that they waited until the weather presented the best opportunity. They said the B-1 bombers involved took off from the United States, and they signaled, Nora, that there could be more strikes in the coming days.
Throughout the week, the administration has been clear that they put the onus on Iran for backing and supporting these groups, though the president careful to not say whether he held Iran directly responsible.
That's like just flat out acknowledging we've been doing everything we can do to keep Biden from being the nominee, and guess what? We tried it in Iraq. It's not working, so now we're going to try, in Iran. Excuse me. We tried in Ukraine.
If Joe were here, she'd say, Joe, hush up, boy.